Mark Foley called upon to make a very important intervention. Declan Nash back, harassed as he was doing so. Steve McDonagh, Mike Houlihan, that's Shane O'Neill. Every stroke by a Limerick player right now being cheered on to the rafters here by jubilant Limerick fans, who over the years have come here to play Cork teams and gone away badly disappointed time and again. It's a free to Limerick. Limerick certainly seem to have that little bit of mental sharpness that you obviously require in the championship.
Well, Limerick are away sharper all over the field. Their back line have their teeth tough and very, very tight. Declan Nash had a great game at left corner back, and all over the field they're away ahead of Cork at the moment.
Emphasising that point there, Gary Kirby with a third point. So now it almost looks easy for Limerick. They lead by 213 to 1-8, an 8-point difference. Alan Brown, who was in the wars with injuries in recent times in the City Championship here in Cork. Indeed, he was on crutches for much of this past week. Appeals by Seán McCarthy that it should be a Cork-line ball. But Limerick right now justifying their favouritism going into this match. It's going to be Dave Clarke to take it. Down towards Owen O'Neill. Now Gary Kirby. Jim Cashman into Seán O'Halpine, racing away from Gary Kirby. It's towards Darren O'Donoghue. Now Gary Kirby once again. The block by Seán McCarthy. And the wild pull there by Shane O'Neill. And that was across Seán O'Halpine. Names like O'Halpine, I think, are ones for the future here of Cork hurling. Limerick with this sizable lead. Just about 17 minutes remaining. Jim Cashman into the corner towards Joe Dean, who's got very little change out of Steve McDonagh. Mike Houlihan. Jim Cashman under it. It sails over his head on towards Owen O'Neill. Came off the stick there of Timmy Kelleher. Kelleher has switched, by the way, with Fergal Ryan. Ryan now across, marking TJ Ryan. That's at top of the left. Certainly those two vital goals during the second half really creating the gap between the teams. McCullough in again beyond John O'Driscoll. Owen O'Neill, former student at the UCC, who will have exams on his mind once this game is over. It's John O'Driscoll from Delaney's his foul this time, free out to Cork. And they're calling Ger Cunningham out from his goal with the big wide boss to try and get it as far as possible against the breeze. Towards Brian Corcoran. On towards Joe Dean. Lobbed in there. Watched well by Steve McDonagh. And a good clearance down towards Gary Kirby. Batted down by Jim Cashman. Off Seán O'Halpine. And some further news down on the sideline from Tony O'Donoghue.
Limerick ready to consolidate their position now. Frankie Carroll from Gary Spillane ready to come into the fray, and he'll replace Shane O'Neill from the Páirc.
Yes, so a wing forward for a wing forward. And Frankie will be anxious to show just what he can do. Once again, the sideline cut will be taken by Houlihan. Going away to the right. John O'Driscoll lets it fall down for Mike Galligan to come onto. Trying to make a better angle for himself. McGuckin powerless to intervene. And it all ends up going wide. 6 wides now for Limerick. They had just 2 in the first half, so 4 in the second. Cork with no wide whatsoever in the second half, but 9 from the first half. Seán O'Neill, middle of the field. Down towards TJ Ryan. And his namesake from Blackrock, Fergal Ryan, in there defending. Fergal McCormack towards Brian Corcoran. Hasn't had the best of afternoons. Cork's number 8 who's been playing on the 40. That's Mark Foley with the clearance down towards KJ Ryan once again. Skipping inside Fergal Ryan. But the Cork member of the clan goes back to try and deny him, but he's powerless to do so, and that's gone over the bar. The stick of KJ Ryan once again, yielding a 3rd point for the Limerick men. That's a fine contribution, so Limerick now leading by 9 points.
Well, we were saying at half-time that Damien Quigley was a big loss to Limerick, but TJ Ryan has come in and he has played really well. I think this is his 3rd point, and he almost scored the goal as well. So Billy Linian was saying they have strength and depth, and they're showing it now.
Well, what kind of strength and depth do Cork possess? Darren O'Donoghue fouled. So is there a way back for the home team playing in the red and white? None of Limerick have their way. Seán McCarthy lobs it in around the house. Joe Quaid, good stop. Had a second or two to think about it. Alan Brown going in to get a partial block on it. Touched down there by Barry Egan. The goalkeeper's out of his line. Alan Brown's gone down injured. Here's Brian Corcoran, won't come up for him. Tight marking by the Limerick backs, and it's Mark Foley who makes the clearance. A good one downfield, stopped by Seán O'Halpine, making tracks forward. O'Halpine, the former minor star in hurling and in football. I was saying some time ago here in Cork that he's set to be the next dual star, perhaps, after Teddy McCarthy. Well, who can tell? Mark Foley. And of course, when we mention dual stars, we have to mention Brian Corcoran as well, very much a current dual star. But the stars really are from Limerick this afternoon. Ball raining down towards Ger Cunningham's goal, stopped here by Timmy Kelleher. Fouled as he was making his way out, but it's in more or less one-way traffic as the substitution now that Tony mentioned is about to materialise, and Frankie Carroll comes on. And the player getting the nod, I think we heard it was going to be Shane O'Neill, and that indeed has come to pass. So just about 12 minutes to go. Cork attacking through Barry Egan, but going to the right and not causing any problems for Joe Quaid. So once again, the caption telling its own story of Limerick's change in a bid to consolidate the position. And just as they put that caption up, I note that Cork are about to make a change, and David Quirk from Middleton is about to come in. He's gone across to the referee with a little slip of paper, and I think it's Alan Brown who's been forced off through injury. Alan Brown limps away, and on comes David Quirk. And Brian Corcoran's gone in towards full forward. Meanwhile, it's Gary Kirby at the other end, and that's going away to the left. So Alan Brown's day in Páirc Quaid finishes on the sideline, along with Dr. Con Murphy there being escorted off. And he made way for David Quirk. Seán McCarthy. Dave Clarke. In towards Tobin, going for the hat-trick. Ger Cunningham came out. Picked up here by Timmy Kelleher under great pressure. Runs out towards Jim Cashman. Next, it's Seán O'Halpine. As a unit, Cork defence has really been asked some very serious questions this afternoon, and they haven't always come up trumps, it has to be said. Owen O'Neill, and runs on there towards Paudge Tobin. Tobin with a little hand pass inside, fouled. Owen O'Neill was in the clear, but the referee had signalled his intentions of signalling a free in, and it's John O'Driscoll who's been called across. Referee issuing the lecture in front of an attendance of 23,401. Wonder who's the one. It's going to be a free in. I think the referee did take the name of John O'Driscoll there. It's going to be Gary Kirby who'll take it. So this to enhance an already very good-looking situation if you're a Limerick fan, as Gary Kirby puts over point number 4. All of them important. but it's 2:15 now to 1-8. And it's very, very difficult. It has been very difficult all through the second half to see any way back for Cork. Foley, one of the stars for Limerick. Ciarán Carey. That's Kevin Murray. It's Murray, Corcoran and Dean in the inside forward line right now. Barry Egan playing at centre forward perhaps. Ciarán Carey's gone across, good block down. Nicely inside to Kevin Murray, shaping up for the shot and goes into the side netting. Overall, Jerry, your assessment of this Limerick performance this afternoon, will they trouble you, for instance?
Well, I think they're very, very impressive this afternoon. They're very, very sharp. I haven't seen them like this for the last 2 years, but we knew that they had trained very hard since Christmas, and they're producing the goods here today. They're all over Cork, all over the field, and they could be even further ahead than they are at the moment. They're very, very impressive display from Limerick.
Well, Jerry will be telling us about his man of the match a little bit later on, but still we've about 8 minutes to go. Frankie Carroll bats it down. Oh, well blocked down by Kieran McGuckin. McGuckin tried to kick it clear. McCormack was ready to strike, it does so. That's David Quirk. Stopped by Declan Nash. Comes back out again. And Limerick so eager and so impressive this afternoon in key departments all over the field. Declan Nash, out it goes towards Mark Foley. TJ Ryan is coming off the bench and done a wonderful job at calling forward as a replacement for Damien Quigley. Good pass outside to pick out Gary Kirby. They had to work hard for that, but it doesn't produce a point. Well, those who said before this match that Jimmy Barry Murphy and his selectors simply didn't have enough time in the few months they've been in charge to put together a championship team. Well, they've put together a team that's battled with heart and determination and led at half-time, but the experience in key positions has been Limerick's, and they've taken their chances more or less in the second half with two very important goals to build a platform for a fine lead. TJ Ryan stopped by Cunningham, and you think but for his great saves in the first half how much further ahead the Shannon-siders might be. Seán O'Halpine without the stick. In comes Gary Kirby, he's grounded there by Jim Cashman. But people looking in at home in our first live telecast, they will say the standard has not been up to what we expect. What would you say about that?
Well, I think the conditions have had a lot to do with that. The field is very, very greasy. The wind is blustering across the field. But even, I suppose, given that, especially at Cork, it's very unusual to see Cork picking and poking and not getting that stroke clean away. And even when they do strike it, they're not striking it very, very well. Very unusual to see that from Cork. But I think Limerick striking doesn't leave anything to be desired. They've scored 2-15. They're totally on top. Their full back line, I think their two cornerbacks, especially Declan Nash and Stephen McDonagh, have been absolutely outstanding. And it's just that Limerick are so far ahead of Cork that it's very hard to compare standards.
That's Gary Kirby. 5 points for Gary Kirby now. Limerick with the breeze, Limerick with the rain, Limerick with a handsome lead of double scores. McCormack goes off Mark Foley there. He's had a terrific afternoon.
Right, Turkey! Come on! In front of us! Come on! Come on!
Fergal McCormack. Here comes Mark Foley once again. Lengthy clearance down towards TJ Ryan, bounces away from him towards Gary Kirby. Kirby showing good penetrative skills there. Jim Cashman again trying to deny him, but again resorting to the foul, and that's going to be a free in for Limerick. And at this stage in the afternoon, it's such a frustrating afternoon for people like Jim Cashman, who've given some wonderful service to Cork down the years. Really, at this stage, it's just routine for Limerick, scoring opportunities from frees for Gary Kirby. This just to fine-tune his free-taking skills. And that's gone over once again. A very important contribution, as always, by Gary Kirby.